Another part of the 75,000 mile maintenance on this vehicle is changing the plugs out. I've never done it on this vehicle before, so from what I understand, you got to take some screws off right here to get the wire loom off on both sides. I'm going to start with this side and kind of check it out. There's two screws right down here. So there's one screw right there and one screw right there, and then we'll undo these clips. Number 3 on there. I'm hoping that I'll be able to pull these right out, coils, be able to pull them straight out. So we'll see. I'm going to get going on that. It looks like our typical the T25 torques or T20 torques somewhere on there. So let me get that going. I'll get those out and I'll kind of let you guys know how that progress works out. Okay, so it looks like I decided to do the hard side first. So first things first, you got to get this air cleaner assembly out to get your fasteners down here, okay? So you got to get this whole filter assembly off. Crack this thing all the way loose right here and pull it back over here and then pull that hose off and you can kind of wiggle it out, you know, basically siphoning through here. With getting this off here, your connectors here, take a screwdriver and gently pull into here as you're pushing up a little bit just to get it to unsnap, and then wiggle that one down, wiggle that one, wiggle it. Basically each one you want to wiggle down a little teeny bit so you get them all loose and then you can push them all down. Don't force it, you'll break it. The coils. I am not going to be moving these coils around. I'm going to keep this one to this one and so on all the way across. These just snap in. There's little guides right here you want to line up right here. See right here? They just plug right in. Plugs down inside there. You can see down there. So I'm going to swap the plugs out and do one at a time. Go across there. Put this side all back together and then I'll flip over to the other side. When I go take the other side apart, I think I'll include you guys in that so you can kind of see what I'm going to do. It looks like I'm going to have to pull this screw out here and get the reservoir shifted out of the way so I can actually get these to slide out. So we'll see. I'll include you guys on that one. This one right here I just wanted to kind of figure out and what the hell was going on and kind of take it easy. I didn't want to have to rush or anything like that. Now I kind of have an idea how it needs to come apart and I'll start swapping them out. I bought a really long extension right here, spark plug socket extension for getting down inside there. Just specifically made for this, so that's what I bought. I got my new Bosch plugs right here. So right here, platinum plugs. So I should never have to change these plugs again. I mean, this is 75,000 miles. I don't drive a lot, so that'd be basically this car have 150 on it. I don't think I'll have it that long. I might keep this 2 years, maybe 3 at the most. But just get it all pristine for the next person. Basically just maintaining it and possibly get all my money back after selling it. So, alright, stay tuned. Alright, got one side back together. This one's all set, all buttoned up. Everything's attached, got the plugs in, got my torque wrench out. We're set at 22 foot-pounds. This bottle right here, you got one screw that attaches here, and then these kind of wedge underneath right here to get that out. I think if I just leave it loose like this, there's a reservoir bottle for the coolant. That should be good enough. So we gotta make sure when we put it back together we have everything collected, because it looks like there's a hose or something goes here maybe. But I think I can get it from there. So I'm gonna try to set you guys up somewhere where you can see what's going on. Maybe over here somewhere maybe. Let's try here somewhere. Hope you guys can see from there. And if you choose to watch, that's completely up to you. I'm kind of a quiet worker. I don't really talk much while I'm working. So basically, I grab the first one here and I'd wiggle it. Basically, twist in the clip and then wiggle the connector. I can feel it move a little bit. Do the same thing here. Obviously they've been on here since new, so they're going to be tough. Just patience. This side seems to have a little bit more in the way. Okay, that one's moving. Come on, get a grip. Okay, that one's moving. That one's moving. Get the bottle up out of the way. Okay, that one's moving. Okay, they're all moving. Slowly. Looks like the dipstick might be an issue here. Pull the dipstick out and grab a rag. I just changed the oil. You want to do them all nice and even. You don't want to break anything, having to replace something you don't have to. There we go. They're all out. Just push them down all the way. Okay, we're going to start with the first one here. Hopefully you can see this. Maybe. See if I can move this bottle out of the way a little better, maybe. See if I can manipulate you guys into a higher position, maybe. There really isn't a good spot on this side. Sorry about that. I'll put you guys over here somewhere, maybe. Hopefully you can see from there. Okay. My box of plugs right here. Yeah, they'll be a little finagly. So I'm going to start with this first one here. I'm going to grabbing it evenly and just kind of wiggle. Pulling up. Like I said, they've been in here since day one. This is 10 years now. Nice and easy. Pull them out. Okay? I do one at a time. Ratchet. Spark plug socket. Here. I think my ratchet's broke. Wasn't grabbing. Nice and easy. Aluminum heads. Don't do this when it's hot. The car nice and cool. I've heard both ways, but I read about this one that says do it when it's cold. So the car's been sitting since yesterday. It's 75,000 mile maintenance on this car. I've been doing it this whole weekend. Obviously I've been doing a couple other things too, so. Okay, there she is. You can see that. These plugs don't look that bad for the miles on it. It's a little crispy. New plug. Nice and easy. Just put it in there. You want to start it by hand. Okay. I'm going to give it a little snug with the ratchet. Pull this one off. We got the torque wrench. This one does go down that far. We're going to run it at 22. That's it. Single click. The coil back in. Nice and even. Seat it. Next one. So this isn't too bad. A little fidgety, but considering the life of the vehicle, pretty much have to do this once. This job, I'd give yourself an hour. To change the plugs. The fuel filter, because you got to jack it up, put it on jack stands. That's probably a 15-minute job, maybe 30-minute job. Obviously, replacing the air filter, you do at the same time you do the plugs, since it's apart. The oil. Obviously, when you're doing the fuel filter, you could do the oil at the same time. The car's up on jack stands. I did a visual inspection on everything. Nothing was low. I had to replace a reservoir switch for the windshield washer solvent. Previous owner, for some reason, cut the switch right off and tried to wire it together like it was going to fix the problem and make it go away. But it's an analog signal, so basically did a dead short. Caused all crazy problems. Which is probably one reason why I got the car for as cheap as I did. Because of all the warning lights that were going on. I knew it was something stupid. So I'll snug it up. Got the torque wrench. That's pretty much it. I'm not having a belt issue with this vehicle yet. I'm going to change over to the new JHM sells a tensioner, automatic tensioner setup, the six rib belt. I'm going to switch over to that. I'm going to do that probably in the spring. Come on, torque. There we go. Man, it makes me nervous. Aluminum heads always scares me. Okay, coil back in. Next one. And this is not easy. Nice and even. So far, I haven't seen a cylinder with any issues whatsoever. I may consider doing the valve cover gaskets on this thing, but I'm not sure. It's leaking, but it's more of a seepage. It's not really dripping. And the amount of miles I'll put on this thing is going to be very minimal. I don't drive very far. So I don't know if, obviously if it gets worse where it starts to drip, then I'll go ahead and do it, but looks like you gotta, this side isn't so bad. The other side wasn't too bad looking either. It's probably not that bad once you get everything out of the way. I may do that when I drain the coolant and everything and get this reservoir out of my way. I could probably do it then. So I'm gonna do a coolant flush on this thing probably next year. Alright. This is a great extension. I got the plugs in this extension from ECS or ESC. Yeah, ESC. Yeah, ECS. I'm sorry, right here. Right here. I got from these guys. I keep getting those letters mixed up. So far dealing with them has been pretty decent. Between them and Rock Auto and JHM, JDM. God, even the letters. I think it's JDM, whatever. You can pretty much get whatever you want for this vehicle. It's sad that one guy does the best deal on everything. You have to kind of bounce around between the three of them to get a good deal. I think this Craftsman taking a crap on me. Alright, let's get this one torqued in. So we're at 12 minutes. Now we're going to get to the hidden one. And that'll be the last plug. And this just happens to be, I think, the toughest one because there's a reservoir bottle. Nice and patience, nice and slow. That's out. Definitely getting colder on here, I'll tell you that. Having the heater running in my garage all the time. I gotta do something about that eventually. Having a there's a bit of carbon buildup on it. Last plug. These Bosch Platinums. I've always liked these plugs. But I don't have a lot of cars with a lot of miles on it. It's usually only when I buy cars like this. But I enjoy doing this stuff. I mean, this obviously isn't my daily driver. Well, technically it is, but I have two other cars to choose from. So I don't have to drive this thing. It's not a mandatory deal, so if there's something wrong with it, I can choose to park it and fix it whenever. A lot of people don't, most people don't have that option. But I can tell you this much. I've never had a vehicle that I have maintained stop working. Never. And I've had some vehicles for 10 years and they never stopped working. And I had issues where I had to address the issues, but I was able to drive it still. Like all of a sudden getting a small coolant leak, address it right away, fix the coolant leak, don't leave it go until you're stuck on the side of the road. It's not a problem. Last plug. Okay. Last of that. Loosen it up. Yeah, I got quite the mess going on in here. I'll tell you that much. gotta clean this garage out. That is gonna be my Christmas time off. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna spend some time and clean this garage up, get some cabinets going. Okay, get the plugs. Now it's the same thing when you go to put these in. Move you guys over here. It's the same thing when you're going to put these things back together. You want to do it nice and even, starting all of them, and watch it because there's a clip in there. Make sure that clip doesn't get bent underneath. So you want to get them all started like that, and then slowly push them on. Make it nice and even. You're gonna hear it click. There's 1, 2, 3. It went all the way on, but it didn't click, so. But oh well. So, get the fasteners attached. Right here. T20 Torx. Put your wire loom back on. That's it. We'll get this thing wrapped up. I just make these snug. It's not a big deal. No torque spec required. Don't drop these screws. Okay. Get the dipstick tube back in. Okay, get the washer reservoir back on. This is a big tip up right here. We'll fasten it right there. Oh, I'm going to do this side. There we go. And that lines up. Get this screw going. We'll get this thing started. Hasn't started since Friday. Sometimes the smallest screws are the biggest pain. Okay, so we're going to clean up our tools. Situated where you're not all wonky and wonky. I'll leave it right here while I start it. There you can be first hand if something stupid happens. Come on, level out. Okay. Close enough. Tools out of there, everything's buttoned up. So, I have changed the plugs, changed the oil, put an air filter in it and changed the fuel filter, which the fuel filter was freaking clogged. No different than this air filter was shit. So this thing, so far, I'm surprised it ran as good as it did. So let's start it up. Good timing, the battery's about to die. So that's pretty good. Get to open the door now. She's running like a top.